Hi everyone, it's Lindsay. I am super excited to be back on the Imagine channel today, sharing with you how to add some heat embossing to your stamp layering. For my stamp set today, I am using the Biking Girl stamp set from Waffle Flower. This is a really unique stamp layering set, and Waffle Flower has a lot of those really unique sets that you can build up and make some great images with. And each set has its own little guide. So like in this one, you have all of your images circled together, they're grouped together. Then you have what shade you need to use. So 1, 2, 3, light, medium, dark. They're labeled. And then you also have a try this, which is great. Now, if that's not enough on the stamp set, they also offer these little groupings or these little guides on their website where you can kind of follow along with them to see how you want your image to turn out. So I'm going to follow the directions. I'm even going to follow the try this suggestions for the coloring. I think it's a really great color combination. So that's exactly what I'm going to go with. I'll be using my Mini Misty to do my stamping today. I find it easier with stamp layering to do that. And because I am going to be lining these images up, why not make more than one card? So I'm going to make 2 cards today and show you how you can use your Misty to kind of just flip this around and stamp a couple of these at the same time. So I'm starting with my first layer. This is the C group, so C1 and 1. They suggest gray, so that's what I'm going with. I'm going with a gray flannel dye ink. Now I stamped 1 in the bottom right hand corner. Then I'm just going to flip this panel around up to the top right corner and stamp with my image right there. This is going to line up each and every time. All I need to do is flip and move my paper up or down. Really, really simple to get a couple cards. You can even turn your paper 90 degrees if you have the larger Misty and do 4 cards at once or 3, however many you want to do. It really is up to you, but this is a great tool to get more than one stamped image. Now, for my second layer, it suggests doing purple. Instead of purple ink, I'm going to go ahead and bring in some embossing powder here. Imagine has a really great violet embossed powder, and it comes in a bag, which is super easy. It's a little strange, I know, but super easy to get in and out of the container, really control the flow of it. And for some reason, mine seems to keep, it doesn't clump up as much in the bag, which I love. I can kind of get my fingers in there too, and if there are any clumps, kind of break it up in the bag before I even open it, which is awesome, especially in my humid Iowa weather right now. So I went ahead and stamped my second layer with Versamark ink. I did prep my surface with my embossing bag, then sprinkled on my violet embossing powder and heat set that. Super easy to do. So basically, pick a layer that you think is going to work in your layering stamp set, and then grab a color. You can do some ombre with your like flower layering or different things like that. It really is up to you. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my third layer. I've lined it up and I'm going to use yellow ink. So I'm using Dandelion. These are Memento Dewdrops I'm using today. These are great to do some stamp layering with. You can get a lot of different colors for a little bit of money, and they stamp amazing. So I went ahead and stamped those images and then fussy cut them out. Now it's time to work on my backgrounds. I die cut 2 ovals. These are zigzag oval dies from Cat Scrappiness. And I'm going to create a little scene on the background just by using painter's tape. I put the painter's tape at an angle, and underneath the painter's tape I'm going to use that same gray flannel ink and a jumbo ink dauber just to kind of make a little road here. Really simple and easy to do. I keep it darkest towards the tape and then lighter as I go down. Then I'll use those pieces of painter's tape, same ones, and just move them to cover up what I've already done for ink blending. Then with Teal Zeal, the Memento Dewdrop ink pad, I'm just going to use another ink dauber and swipe up from the paint. Not doing any really blending here, but swiping up in one direction to create a little bit of a background. Again, keeping it darker towards the tape, lighter towards the top of the oval. And there is my little area for my girl to ride her bike. Now to finish these off, I kept it really simple. I added the ovals onto A2 card bases, but on those card bases, I actually did the keep writing sentiment, and there are a few leaves in the stamp set that I did a little bit of a scattering across the background, which you'll see in the next photo. I also added some clouds to the ovals. Some I popped up, some I kept straight onto the oval. Very simple to finish these cards off. I really wanted to keep it simple, but I wanted to finish off the sentiment on the inside. So the outside says keep writing, and then I built up my little scene on there, but I've got all these other images in the stamp set to play with. So I grabbed another little girl, and I'm going to go ahead and stamp her on the inside as well. I'm also going to stamp the I'm with you sentiment on the inside too to finish off this card completely. And again, to keep everything very simple, I'm going by what they suggest to do on the stamp set. So I'm starting off with my one image, my number one, and I'm stamping that with gray ink, which is perfect because I'm also going to go ahead and stamp my sentiment with gray ink so I can get a double stamping at one time. And I just switch out the card bases in between each time so I can get both card bases done at once. I don't need to do any realigning or anything like that. That's why this tool is a great one to have on hand. Now I'm going to do my number two image, which is purple. For this, instead of the heat embossing on the inside, I'm going to use the grape jelly ink from Memento Dewdrop ink pads. Finally, I'm going to go with number three, and again, I'm using that same dandelion ink on the inside to finish off my little girl. I absolutely love the way this turned out. It pairs so nicely with the outside, but it's not the same image, which is great. So it's a different look, but it's still cohesive, which I absolutely love. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and a look at how you can use some heat embossing in your stamp layering. That does it for me. Happy crafting, everyone.